What's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson, and you're listening to Secret MLM Hacks Radio. So here's the real mystery. How do real MLMers like us, who didn't cheat and only bug family members and friends, who want to grow a profitable home business, how do we recruit A players into our downlines and create extra incomes, yet still have plenty of time for the rest of our lives? That's the blaring question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Steve Larson, and welcome to Secret MLM Hacks Radio. Hey, how you guys doing? I am super excited for today. I apologize, I haven't really published in the last little bit here. And the reason is because I flew down to Vegas, actually, this last week. And I spoke at 2 events back to back, which is kind of crazy. And went through and I had an awesome product for them. And I literally created two pitches from scratch back to back, which if you've never done that before is extremely challenging. And slept just a couple hours each of those times, but I have a mastermind of my own that we went and we did, which was fantastic. Did that on Tuesday. We did a 4-hour session with a gentleman who wanted some of my time on Monday. So that was on Monday, and then Tuesday was the mastermind. Then Wednesday spoke at another event, which was awesome. Thursday spoke at it's kind of like a private mastermind, which was a ton of fun. Been a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm very, very excited for everything that's been going on here. And I just want to give a little bit of an update. First of all, we just barely opened the doors on Secret MLM Hacks. It's only been open for just over 2 weeks. I mean, let's see, 2 weeks. And we've had about almost 60 people, I think about 60 actually, join this program and start going through it. And it's been amazing. It's been really, really fun. We've had people do some amazing things with it and dive on in, and really, really enjoyed getting these people some success with it. And it's been cool to see them out starting their own, the businesses for real, you know what I mean? In real, the way an actual business would handle it. And it's been a lot of fun. Anyway, what I wanted to do though, real quick, is I wanted to give a little bit of an update on a lot of you guys know that one of the reasons why my downline is so unique and why my downline recruits like crazy is because of the application that I make people go through when they join my downline. And I know a lot of you guys listening right now have applied, and I appreciate that. And so there's a lot of people who there's a big influx recently, which has been a ton of fun, and certainly enjoyed that. And what we've done though is, when people come through and apply to join the downline, what we were doing previously is we would have people, we'd call them on the phone and we'd do like an hour and a half chat with them, going through the presentation, right? Well, it's the same presentation that we give every single time. So I thought, what if this is like part 2 of my application process. So I was like, what if we just had them watch the presentation and then we had a call with them to be able to go and actually answer any follow-up questions. You know what I mean? And it's been cool to see how that's been working out. So this last week, what we did on top of everything else, it's kind of cool. I got a cool interview in Europe and got asked to go on a bunch of other podcast shows. It's been a whole lot of fun. I'm not beating my chest, you guys. I'm just letting you know what's been going on and stuff like that. And anyway, so what's been super cool about that is what we did was my buddy and I, we took some recordings from the old, from the presentation that we give people, so they know kind of what the dealio is. Look, here's how the MLM works, and you can think about this for your own MLM too. Okay, start thinking about the way you can, you give the same presentation over and over and over and over again. So I thought, why not automate the parts that we do over and over and over again? And I don't want to take the human out of this business. I don't want to take the human element out of it. I want to stay personal. I want to stay in touch with people. I want to stay. And so what we did is we took each one of those things and then we made the presentation so they can watch. So it's the same every time for every person, because that's what we were doing, is the same thing every time. And then what we did though is we set it up in this cool way that if you still love it, right? If you go through and you're like, oh, that's what Steve Larson does. That's what MLM he's in. If you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Then you can progress on from there. So the presentation goes through the MLM, it goes through the product, and start thinking that what, obviously for your MLM, but the one that I just put up, it goes through the presentation, it goes through the product, it goes through all the things that you would normally ask, comp plan, events, all the stuff that it goes through. But then what it does is it goes through and I talk about why my downline is unique, right? Why you should join me over the other guy. You know what I mean? You got to answer that question for people, right? Think through that, what that answer is for you. And so what I do, though, is I go through and I talk about how, like, look, when you join my downline, you get these funnels, you get these pieces of automation, you get, I understand that our product sells really well on the internet using this piece of automation, and you get all that for free when you join my downline. You know, that way I'm handing them things that are pre-made and pre-packaged so that they're able to actually go off and implement quickly, right? And so what I've been doing is kind of vetting the system so that after they watch the video, what ends up happening is at the bottom it says, look, hey, did you watch the video? And if they click yes, it said, awesome, you have 2 options now. And the options are right down below the video. And what they do is it says option number 1, it says, hey, Steve, I'm in, let me just join now. And they can click and they can join the downline immediately. Or option number 2, hey, Steve, this is awesome. I just have a few final questions before I dive on in. And they can literally click a button and select a time in my calendar, in the next day or whatever, so that we can chat face to face, which is awesome. And I make it so that multiple people can join the call at the same time. So I'm talking to a bunch of people at once, and so that they can grab the systems and ask any final questions before they dive on in. So that's it. So I just wanted to give you guys like a bit of an update. I know it's kind of a fast episode, but as I've been sitting back and looking through, like, man, there's so many people who are applying. Number one, how do I make it so it's still personal? That it's still they understand that they're also getting me, but that it's also duplicating me, right? That it's also making so that I'm not the bottleneck of my own organization, right? And so I've been going through, and that's actually what we've been doing. It's been a whole lot of fun. So I thought a lot of this podcast is about me documenting my journey on the way for this whole thing. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been working. It's been great, and we've had awesome, stellar people come through, watch the video, and what's fun about it, I think the funnest thing about this is that it attracts an individual who, really there's 2 kinds of people that it's been attracting. And number one, it's the kind of individual who is a rock star already, and they've already got a downline somewhere else, and they want to bring them all under me, and they, you know what I mean? It attracts those kinds of people. They're amazing at marketing. They, you know what I mean? People with experience. Or it attracts an individual who is basically brand new, but they're willing to learn and they're coachable. You know what I mean? For some reason, and I haven't quite figured out why, this whole system keeps people out who are not otherwise coachable, which has been nice, because it's increased the culture of the downline. You know what I mean? And I'm a respecter of everybody, you know what I mean? But we all know there's, not everyone's gonna be an equal recruit. Is that the nicest way to say that? Not everyone is gonna be the funnest to work with sometimes. And so it's been fun because people who are new, they come in and they're like, oh my gosh, look at these rock stars I get to surround myself with. And then people who are experienced get to come in and they're like, oh my gosh, look at these cool systems Steven has. So like, it's cool because I feel like for the first time, it's been this awesome win-win-win-win-win for everybody all around. Where obviously it helps me, but it helps them because I'm helping them and I'm solving up their follow-up problems once I hand them the opportunity. And then it's helping new people who've never done this before either. I've had people who've been joining simply because they're like, oh, it's Steve Larson, I know he's awesome, but they know nothing about MLM. They know nothing. It's been cool to get both sides of the spectrum without as much like, drama. And it's been cool to do that. And it's been exciting because of the kind of person that it's been attracting. You know what I mean? Very, very fun. Very, very, it's been exciting for that whole reason. So anyways, I've been loving it. It's been awesome. And I know there's been a few people who've been like, Steven, why do you make me go through this entire process? How come I can't just call you directly? And I know it's one of the things that people will be struggling with sometimes when they go through that. And I know that. And the reason why, though, is because the process is also the filter. And sometimes part of the reason why you may not like the person who's joining your downline or joining your MLM or whatever it is because there's not enough of a filter. You know what I mean? Like, I've got some amazing crap for the people who join my downline. Insane stuff. And it's really easy to be unique in a blue ocean in the MLM space right now because there's not that. I believe all the other tactics and strategies are stuck in the 90s. And since I do stuff that's cutting edge and new, like, it's really easy to make a splash, and that's one of the reasons my downline has been so much. So anyway, I that felt really braggy. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to show you guys and understand like what this all is and the power of it and why it's such a huge deal. And even though some people, I know there's been some people that have complained or whatever, they also like that system is part of the filter. The people who want to work with me, they prove to me they want to work with me by going through that process. I was speaking, it was the second place I was speaking at this last week. And this guy walked up afterwards and he was like, that was amazing. Oh my gosh, we have this list of 12 million followers. I really want you to get on my podcast. And I was like, hey, that'd be awesome. Just click on this button. I told him, go to stevejlarson.com and click on on interview Steve. And he's like, I don't want to do anything like that. I just want to give you a link. And I was like, well, for me and my VA and my current process, there's so many people that want to interview me. Like, that's what helps me. Just go click there and I've got no problem getting on. And he was like, oh, don't send me through a process. And he walked away all mad. And I was like, sir, then I can't get on your show. You understand? Like the process is also what protects me. I didn't say that, but like I did tell him, I was like, then I can't get on your show. Like, and that's why though, is because if you don't have a process, it's half the reason why you haven't been enjoying your MLM. It's half the process why you've been getting people that aren't doing anything. It's half the reason why if you don't have a process down, if there's no consistency, how on earth can you measure progress? You can't. And so you don't know what the levers are in your business to be turning and focusing on, and the other ones to leave alone because they don't matter. You don't know what the time suck and emotionally draining activities are, because everything is different every single day. There's no consistency. And I understand that I might actually not get as many people into my downline because there's a process, but we're getting a ton of people. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. It's also the process though that vets out the amazing people who want to work with me. And what it does, it's really been awesome because it not only elevates everyone else, it also it culturally protects the downline because there's a process in place. And then I can sit back and be like, oh my gosh, look, I'm saying the same thing over and over again. Or look, I can identify this little spot over here that's not been good. I can identify that spot over there that's not been good. And because there's a system, I can keep tweaking the system until it's cool, better and better, awesome oiled machine. And then when something works, I just hand it off to everybody in the downline so they can do it too. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's all I was trying to say, that the system is your friend that you go create. And if you don't have a system, it's the reason why you're feeling a little bit all over the place. And I understand that there might be a few cons to having, it's like a two-step process I ask people to go through. Number one, apply to join my downline. Number two, watch this presentation that I give to everyone every time, and then we'll jump on the phone and ask, you can ask any final questions you have before you join. You know what I mean? Like that's the process that I have people go through. And that's it. And it's to help me understand who's serious just as much as it is to help me understand who would be poisonous in my downline as well. And so it's been funny. There's been a few people who have been a little bit frustrated. Like, I don't want to watch it. Come on, I just want to talk to you directly. I was like, come on, understand what I'm doing. Watch. It's like when you're at a magic show and you watch the magician's hands, right? And you're trying to catch the trick. That's all I'm trying to say. Watch the magician's hands. Understand what I'm doing. Look at the process that I'm taking you through. If I'm not pitching right now and joining, but like that's why I do it. And I want to tell those people that and be like, look, that's the reason why, is because I want to hand you the same thing I'm asking you to go through, because it elevates the quality of the runner. It elevates the quality of the producer that you're hiring into your downline, right? Essentially hiring into your downline. And anyway, it's been awesome. It's been a fun, awesome experience. We just got a bunch more people into the Secret MLM Hacks course. If you're interested in that at all, go to secretmlmhacks.com. You can watch it. If you go to... I don't know if I want to tell you where to go to join my downline, because I don't want people to think I'm pitching. And I also don't want you to start applying without the actual intent to join, because there's some really cool automations that happen in there. You know what I mean? So anyway, I think there's a previous episode that I talk about where you can go to check this out if you want to. But anyways, it's been awesome and fantastic. I've been improving the process, been improving the things we're going through, and it's cool. It's like step 2 of people applying the join my downline. We just sent out like another 57 people or something like 2 days ago. It's been awesome. So I mean, it's working, guys. I want you to know that. I'm not just teaching MLM. I actually do it also, which should be a source of comfort for you to know that I'm not just blowing smoke around in theory. This is the actual stuff that's working. So anyways, guys, it's been awesome. Have a great one, and go kill it. Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. Would you like me to teach your own Downline 5 simple MLM recruiting tips for free? If so, go download your free MLM Masters Pack by subscribing to this podcast at secretmlmhacksradio.com.